Thoughts basically dictate our actions, and then that's going to lead to more problems. How you think literally affects how your body functions. And sometimes if this happens over a long period of time, some of these damages to your health can be irreversible. Hello, beautiful people of the internet. I'm back with another video, and this is a different video compared to my covers, but I decided for 2023 I want to implement more videos that talk more about, conversations and different things. So I hope you guys really enjoy this video. It's about how mindset can really change your life. And I think in a day and age where we're constantly surrounded by so many stimulus and so many things, it's really hard to process certain things and understand that honestly, your mindset is probably the biggest thing that influences you in your life and how, you go about your life. So I really do hope that you guys, get something out of this video. But without further ado, let's get into it. I just want to start with like a little introduction on mindset and what it is. Basically, your mindset is like, if you see me looking over here, it's because my notes are here. I don't really have, the brightest stuff. Basically, your mindset is a set of attitudes and beliefs that an individual holds that shapes who they are and how they perceive the world. According to this doctor by the name of Carol Dweck, your beliefs play a pivotal role in whether you achieve your goals or not. Now, that's a huge thing, right? Many of us can't stop thinking. That's all we do every single day. We think when we wake up. What are we going to have for breakfast? What are we going to do today? We're going to go to work, come home. Are we going to go to the gym? Like, what are we going to do? Everything that we do is filled with thoughts. Thoughts basically dictate our actions and our choices in life. And on average, humans have around 6,200 thoughts per day. Like, what are we thinking about? Literally, like what song we're gonna play next on Spotify. So our brain is so complex. It's filled with different neural pathways, and our thoughts basically create those neural pathways, right? So you're saying, Ernie, like, is this a health class? Why are we learning about the brain? Because your brain literally is where all your thoughts are, and that dictates your actions, and actions lead to habits, which leads to your outcome in life. So basically you have all these neural pathways, right, in your brain, and think of it as like little streams, right? So the more you think of a certain thoughts, it's going to create that certain neural pathway, that stream, and that's going to lead to like a river, if you know what I mean. And if you think of it a lot, it's going to be really hard to undo. Okay, Ernie, how can my thoughts affect my life? How can me just thinking something, how does that affect my life? There's this thing called a growth and a fixed mindset. So they're basically kind of like the opposite of each other. A fixed mindset is when a certain individual has an unchangeable mindset. So when things get hard, they believe that, it's out of their control and they can't do anything about it. Therefore, they are unable to make the shift, the change, and they're going to be stuck in that mindset because they chose not to do anything about it. Whereas in the growth mindset, the individual thinks in a certain way where even though things do come up in life, trials, tribulations, they have what it takes in order to overcome it. So the difference in the fixed and the growth mindset is that the individual with the fixed mindset is unmotivated. They've already thought to themselves that they can't do it, so they've given up. Whereas in the growth mindset, they have motivation and they know that even though things do get hard, life comes, things get hard, they have what it takes to get out of it. They can implement those certain things, to keep going. And whether you failed at school, they're not going to give up. They know, oh, this failure doesn't define who I am. I can continue going because I have what it takes. This doesn't mean that I'm dumb, that I'm stupid because I failed one test. Like, one test does not define who you are. And as I was researching for this video, I came across this study done by, I'm probably going to mispronounce her name, Kelly McGonigal. I'll put her name here. She basically did a study where she put her participants in like a high stressful situation. One group of participants, they believed that the stress was harmful to them, right? And in return, they received a lot of physiological changes to themselves. Whereas the participants that believed that, okay, this is a stressful situation, but it's not a threat to me, they didn't receive as much physiological changes. So you're like, what? How is that even related? Well, let's go back to science class. Basically, when you're stressed, your blood pressure raises. And if you're stressed over a long period of time, and if you believe that this is detrimental to your health, you're going to continue to be stressed. That blood pressure, girl, it's not going down. So that's going to play a toll on your body, your circulatory system. And in the end, it's going to lead to long-term diseases and health issues in the long run. So isn't that crazy? Your mindset. I'm back again because my camera died, the battery was low and I forgot to charge it, but luckily I had another battery that was already charged. So I was talking about physiological changes and how they lead to a lot of health issues in the long run. So yeah, basically, if you have unhealthy thinking patterns and if you believe that if you're in a stressful situation, like that's actually harmful to you, it affects your physiological health. Your blood pressure will raise. And if that's happening over a prolonged period of time, that's going to lead to a lot of health issues in the future. How you think literally affects how your body functions. And sometimes if this happens over a long period of time, some of these damages to your health can be irreversible and there's nothing you can do about it to fix it in the long run. That's why it's so important to make the change and the shift now in your life. So how can I make the shift? How can I change my mindset? How can I choose to think more positively, even when things get hard and it's really hard? And I know it's hard. I've been there myself. I'm a victim of having a fixed mindset. When things get hard, I just want to give up. I just want to go eat ice cream and just lay in bed and sulk and live in self-pity for the rest of my life. Like, it's comforting. By us restricting ourselves and just being in that mindset is comforting because we don't have to go and put ourselves in uncomfortable situations for change. But the thing is, it's those uncomfortable situations that lead to change. Like I said, your brain is so complex. Like, it is so complex, guys. And the way that you think shapes thought patterns. Thought patterns lead to habits. Habits lead to your lifestyle. And that leads to your outcome in life in the long run. Well, I think it's really important to, first of all, be kind to yourself, look yourself in the mirror, and know that you've come so far. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's the small steps that lead to the greater results. Because sometimes you can get burnt out if you start too strong and then you're like, is this even worth it anymore? Why am I even doing this? And then you don't want to do it anymore. Whereas if you start off small, it's the small things that really count towards, change. I think it's important. First of all, journaling. Journaling isn't hard, and I started to do this. I used to journal, but then I didn't journal a lot, right? And I could see the difference that was having in my life. Like, you don't have to journal. You can even call a close friend of yours or talk to God. He's always there for you. So journaling is just, a way where a judgment-free zone where you can just rant. You can sound stupid. I know I read my journals from 3 years ago and I'm like, who is that? That is definitely not me. But girl, it was you. It was your mindset. And yeah, don't blame yourself. Journal. Write everything that you want to write. And describe and identify those emotions. Because I know sometimes you can have certain emotions, but you can't really put a definition to that emotion. By identifying those emotions and figuring out why it is you feel the way that you do, getting down to the root problem is how you can manage it and how you can fix it. And from that, implement more positive thinking. Maybe at the end of the day or at the end of the week. I'm doing this thing every Sunday where I write 3 things that I'm grateful for in the week. I know sometimes we can have a lot of things going on in our lives, but we tend to just, fixate our mind on that one negative thing. Oh my gosh, this person said this thing to me, and now that's the worst thing in the world. And then we fixate on that one thing when maybe there's like 10 other things that were really good that happened throughout the week that you should choose to be grateful for. So surround yourself with really good people. Who you surround yourself with influences who you become. So surround yourself with people that can give you, that can influence you to make the right choices, that can encourage you. When life gets hard, you can call that person, knowing that they won't judge you and that they'll be there for you whenever you need it. So at your lowest point, will this person be there for you? It's so important that you find a community, a group of people that you surround yourself with that can uplift you, because at the end of the day, like, you might not think about it, but the people that you surround yourself with drastically influences who you become and the decisions that you make. Surround yourself with good people that can make you laugh, and if they are, constantly working on themselves and headed towards a goal, you too will feel encouraged to do the exact same thing. Whereas if you're surrounded by people that, constantly, go clubbing every weekend and talk bad about, other people, you're going to do the same. And then that's going to have a terrible effect on your mental health. So surrounding yourself with a group of community that can create for you a positive environment is so important to your mental health and how you think overall. And it's those small positive self-talk that you can implement in your life that can make the change. Let's say you want to get into med school or anything in life. You want to apply for it or you want to work towards that goal, right? If you believe that you are not capable of doing it, you won't do it. And that's just plain simple. You need to tell yourself that you can do it. You need to believe that you have the capabilities of achieving those goals in order to do it. And also, what you stimulate yourself every day also plays a huge role in your thinking pattern. Because, I'm guilty of being a true crime podcast girly. I love listening to it. But after like 5 episodes, I get so sad. And I'm like, why am I so sad all of a sudden? Why do I feel so anxious all of a sudden? It's because, girl, you listen to 5 podcasts of somebody get like dying, girl. It's not nice. It's not nice. You need to have balance in your life. Maybe instead of listening or watching something that's going to make you feel sad, watching like a sad show, listening to, a true crime podcast like me, maybe listen to a podcast about how to change your habits, or maybe doing devotionals every day in the morning, wake up, pray, talk to God. It's those little things that you can do. Go out, go for a walk, breathe in the air, and actually breathe in the air. Force yourself to smile, because sometimes you'll believe it. You're like, whoa, I look like a clown. And then you laugh. And then, oh my gosh, you just changed your mindset a little bit. Yeah, basically it's implementing those little things that can lead to a greater outcome. I feel like I've been word vomiting a lot, but there's a lot of things that do dictate our rate of success with our mindset. We could have experienced something so traumatic in our childhood and we're still dealing with that today. We could have grown up in a home where we didn't experience the love that we needed. Just know that that doesn't define who you are, and that ultimately in the end you can make the change. You are the individual that makes the change, that gets a say in your outcome. For me personally, I just love to bring all my anxiety, all my worries, and lay it out to God and just give it all to Him and know that whatever happens, He's going to take care of me. He's going to give me what I need in life in order to sustain me in that. It's basically all I need. Learning contentment every day, living in the present rather than longing for what's to come in the future, I think is so important in shifting your mindset. Yeah, so don't let your past define who you are, because ultimately the past is in the past for a reason. You can't really time travel back and change it. But what you can do is focus your attention on the future. You have the power to change your future, and it's implementing those small healthy changes in your life that can help, dictate the outcome of your life. So don't feel pressured, and yeah, it's doing those small things. And I probably missed a lot because I think I just rambled, but let me know if this does help you. Let's create a healthy conversation, a healthy discussion on this topic, because I feel like it's not talked about a lot, right? Like, your mindset literally dictates everything. It literally dictates everything that you do, your mindset. If you choose to have a horrible day, you're going to have a horrible day. But if you're like, no, today's going to be a good day, even though X, Y, and Z happen, I'm still going to make the most of today. You're going to have a good day, undoubtedly. So for my closing statement, I just want to say you're not too old, you're not too young to implement the changes in your life. And remember to be kind to yourself. You've gone through a lot. Be kind to yourself. And every day is a chance to start over. So don't think that it's too late to start. And if there are certain goals you want to achieve, go achieve them. Don't think that you're incapable of achieving them. If you want to start that small business, if you want to apply for that school, if you want to go study something, go do it. If you want to apply for that job, if you want to travel, go travel. Like, it's not the end of the world. You still have time, and we shouldn't put a time limit on things, because I think it drags us down, and it kind of like puts a barrier on what we can and can't do. So yeah, it's really important to keep going. And even though every day certain things happen, it's inevitable. Like, we live in a very chaotic society already, but don't let that define who you are or what you can and can't do. So yeah, I hope this creates a very healthy conversation, discussion, and I hope you learned something. Feel free to message me if you need someone to talk to, because I'll always be here to need someone to talk to. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video, and I'll be doing more conversational videos like this. So I hope that it can be of use somewhat, and yeah, don't give up, keep going. But yeah, that's the video for today. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.